What up everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, we got the Supra in here. Just because it's cold out doesn't mean it's gonna stop us from pulling the Supra's head, getting ready for the ARP head studs I have for it, and the GTE gasket for the NAT kit. I've been needing to do this for a while, and I've just been waiting for this winter because I wanted to enjoy the car because it does still run. I think it has head gasket issues. I've never really diagnosed it, but if you know these straight sixes, they're pretty notorious for it. Hopefully nothing's too bad. We did a compression check and it was reading a low on the back, I think 2 cylinders. If you know anything about engines, it could be a lot of other things too. But I'm gonna hope it's the head gasket. This thing's been giving signs of head gasket failure. Probably gonna drain the coolant first and drain the oil and start digging into this thing. So I'll probably take moments where I pause and kind of explain things, but for the most part, I'm gonna be kind of just rocking out and recording myself. Got to take off everything up here to get to the head. Quick disconnect on this, but we've got to set this thing to top dead center and then pull the timing belt and pull the head. Might just throw a new timing belt and a new water pump on it. But I also don't want to put a lot of money into this because this is kind of just version 1 of the car. Don't want to throw a lot of money into it, but I also don't want to cheap out on like stuff like timing. So I have a distributor delete kit and a coil and plug kit that I'm going to be throwing on. And I might powder the valve covers. Also have a forward facing intake manifold I'm going to throw on. And for that, I have to move the power steering reservoir. Basically, this car is about to go through it. Let's get this bread. All right, so pretty straightforward, just draining this thing. Nothing came out of the radiator except for this. All right, we got all the fluids drained, so now we can kind of just start attacking this top half of the engine bay, and I'm gonna end up ripping off the intake, like I said, power steering pump, reservoir, and this whole piece, everything's gone, because I'm gonna end up dropping the header too. We're boosting this thing, it's time. So I got the turbo on the way, pretty much everything else I need is on the way, so I'm just tearing into it. Like, I don't even care. I don't even care if it sits on this lift for 5 more months. I'm tearing into it. You know, it's just a bunch of bolts, right? Like, that's everything. We got like some 12s, some 10s, some 14s, and this whole thing should just pop off.
2 hours later.
How the fuck? All right, I want to show y'all how close we were to being screwed. Back bottom intake bolt, someone had already rounded it. So I had to work my magic. Well, it was starting to round. It wasn't like the worst I've seen, but look at that. Why did I just sound Australian right there? Look at that. Okay, let's keep at it then. All right, everyone, that is it for today's video. We got pretty far on it. Got the intake off, got the cold air intake off, and the throttle body, and drained the coolant and stuff. So now that's gonna sum up this video, part 1, and the next part's gonna be actually tearing the head off, and then after that, we're gonna be doing the ARP head studs and the GTE gasket, throwing it back together all in one video. And I'm gonna be honest, this one took me longer than I thought. It's been a while since I've worked on a straight 6 Toyota product. I mean, I've done, you know, little stuff like gaskets and stuff to this, but this is my first time taking off the intake, so it was a pain, and it is not going back on. All the lines and stuff is just too much. So we're gonna clean it up and simplify the vacuum lines and everything it needs to run. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all tomorrow in part 2. I'll see y'all tomorrow and part 2. Peace.